This is going to sound pretty bad compared to what most people have been saying about WoW PvP, but as a whole, I think WoW PvP has been pretty good so far in Season 1 War Within. That being said, it all depends on how you look at it because I'm kind of a normie player. I'm not like special, I'm not great. My background, I've been playing since Worlds of Draenor, and I'm an 1800. I consider myself an 1800 PvPer. So far in War Within Season 1, doing solo battle around Blitz and solo shuffle. I've achieved 1800 on my Pharaoh, on my Disc Priest, and on my Affliction Warlock. So, like I said, nothing crazy here. Just, I make it for the normal players. And actually, a little bit like, maybe less than 1800 players, because I know how tough it is for some people to do good at PvP. And that's kind of, going to be a part of this video. But again, I think that's most of the WoW players too, personally. I don't think most people are like great players. I think in this day and age, people just want to come home from work and get online and just play some WoW for a couple hours. It's not like, I mean, newsflash, memo, it's not 2015 anymore where people just have all day and WoW is the only social media and it's like the first time you're talking to people overseas now. It's 2025 now and times have changed. And plus there's competition in games. I mean, there's so many more games out now and that WoW has to compete with. So people don't have time to just, only play WoW. So that being said, I'm gonna go over a couple of points on how I think season one's gone, the good, the bad, the ugly, and I'll give my overall rating at the end. But for me personally, I thought it was pretty good. So I'm gonna set the tone here. This video is from Stoops. He's my favorite WoW creator. He doesn't stream WoW anymore or play it, which sucks. I miss his content, but he's my favorite, and he came out with this video, man, a little over 3 years ago. And just watch this for a second. This was me back in the day, which is why I never PvP'd that much. It's the truth. When you're not exceptional at WoW PvP. So many days in LFG, that's what I did.
Out of all the videos I've made, I can bet you that this one will really be the video that nearly all WoW players can relate to. And I really, and I mean really, need your help on this one. So please stay till the end and I'll explain how you can help. But just like you, I spend hours every night running in circles watching Twitch streams. I'll pull up a Venruki stream, watch him
Mind
try
you,
out
he's a good
Frostmage,
player.
even though I know it sucks.
Like Stoops doesn't
get
suck.
excited, and then alt-tab back into World of Warcraft, only to
He's really
realize
good.
I can't do the same. And no, I don't mean play Frostmage. What I mean is just, well, play Arena, or really any form of competitive PvP for that matter. The same can be said about Mythic Plus. I'll check
Mythic
my buddies
Plus,
list
too.
and see that no one is online to
another
play,
topic for
scrim
another
through the
day.
LFG section, don't see anyone that matches, I then go back to Twitch, and the cycle continues, realizing that I want to play the game, but I honestly can't. Despite popular belief, I don't have a team or partners. In fact, my buddies list
100%.
really isn't that impressive. I have a couple people on there, but not enough to really have consistent queues.
Look,
And
I've made so many friends in WoW PvP that just don't matter because, you meet somebody, you have a good time in the arena, and you take a month off, and you forget who they are, or they forget who you are, and it's pointless. They're busy, you're busy. It's a pipe dream meeting people in the game and being friends with them and then playing in the future.
trust me, I've tried. I may play 3v3 Arena on my main character like once per week. Now, as
This
I'm
is a
saying
well-known
this,
guy
I
in
realize
PvP,
a lot of
man.
other players have it even worse. And what I mean by that is, I have all of the achievements. I have the experience that I can link when people ask. I always play meta classes, and I have the ability to reroll because of my stream. And the reason I do reroll frequently is because I just can't stand waiting around because my class isn't desirable with the current LFG system. But let's for a moment think about the person that has none of these. They have no achievements, they spend all the time they have after work grinding out a class that just sucks, and even if they want to reroll, it's going to take them forever to catch up, even with the catch-up systems currently in place. I hear a lot of rank 1 players tell the community, you just have to grind it, bro. I had to do that years ago back in MOP.
Yeah,
But that
I
was nearly
mean,
8 years ago.
let's
The
be
game was much
realistic,
different
man.
back then. LFG was recently
LFG,
introduced after they rid the game of arena teams,
it's
and players are just
it's
much better
gone.
nowadays. Some players have
I hate to be the
achievements
bearer
from
of
years.
bad news to you guys. It's not 2010 anymore. It's solo's the future. I'll concede that solo shuffle right now in its current state is not the answer, for sure. But make no mistake about it, LFG is dead. Um, it's it's never worked. Never worked for the regular WoW player, for Joe Q, Joe Q WoW player, the guy who just casually plays. And it never will. It's way too gatekeepy, way too toxic, and it's way too annoying to get into. I watch some of the best pro PvP players in WoW sit and rot in LFG, not be able to find a team. What's that? You play Holy Priest? Sorry, pal. Justfar says I need to get a Disc Priest. Uh, oh, LOL, you're trying to queue as a fire mage? Is he serious? Sure, if you've been playing a long time and you stream or something, you never stop. I mean, you might fare a little better, but most people take time off. And like I said, I've added plenty of people only to take like a week off of playing or a couple days off playing. They just forget who I am. Like, who's this guy again? But I'm not on here to discuss if solo queue is the future because it is. There's no question about it. But I'm here to talk about how to fix it. It's very simple. And to be honest, it boggles my mind that people don't see the answer and is blatantly in front of them. Give healers a reason to play, period. Sure, an extra 50 conquests per shuffle is nice, but who cares? You're getting plenty of conquests anyways because you're in the fast queue. You know, instant queue is nice, but that's not enough. It's not even close. Give them real rewards. Give them a reason to play. Don't give them junk rewards. Give them some new rewards. Find something out. Figure it out. Give them a real mount, not recolored piece of not trash, not some, dog title. Give them some MMR. Give them some gold. Make it worth their time, man. Like, make them want to play for a reason. No one wants to heal. Healing sucks. No one's ever going to say healing's fun. I mean, because it's just, well, it is fun for some people, but for the most part, DPS is way more fun. You have way more control of your destiny. I mean, the worst feeling is going to lobby, having someone who's a god and someone who just started PvP the day before, and you're going to go, 3-3. The good guy is going to go 6-0, the god, and the noob is going to go 0-6, and hopefully the noob is on their team for the first, couple matches because you don't want to go 0-2, 0-3, and that guy just rage quits because he stinks. Yeah, it's just stupid, and especially the higher you go up, you're queuing DPS, you're waiting for 30 minutes. It's because no one wants to heal, man. Like, that's flat out. And I keep telling people, keep saying like, oh, we can't just give healers the easy. Yes, you can if no one's playing. Nobody's playing. No one's healing, man. Like, you got to do something. Like, it's just insane that people don't understand this. And me personally, I'm one of the few people who prefer to main healer, but it's just way more work. I healed for a while, then I said, let me try Affliction Warlock. Let me see what happens. And I got to 1800. I was like, what? Like, this is way easier than I didn't the first time I got to 1800 on Affliction Warlock, my first season ever playing it, again, I'm not good. Like, trust me, I'm not good. I got to 1800. It wasn't very hard, man. Like, I was shocked at how easy it was, but how hard it was. And I'm a much, much better healer on Disc Priest than I am on my Affliction Warlock. So, I mean, I was playing on a Friday night one night. It was like peak time. It was like, I don't know, man, 8 or 9. I'm cracking a cold one. I'm just chilling. Long day of work. I just want to relax. And I hop on my Feral. I'm just sitting there, man. I'm like, dude, you've got to be kidding me. It's Friday night. Like, what? nobody's queuing. So I don't know, man. Prioritize getting healers on solo shuffle. It's the only way to save the game. QBGs, massive win, massive win, big win. Technically, uh, still kind of messed up as far as the matchmaking goes, from what I hear. But it was a great start. This is the first season they had it, and realistically, if you ask me, if I was in charge of Blizzard's PvP department, um, I would work way more on solo queue BGs. It's the most fun PvP there is. I think everyone can agree on that. Well, for me, and I don't know, most people I talk to, they all love it. I had a blast playing my Affliction Warlock, and I hit 1800. It wasn't too bad. Um, I did it right after like the free MMR like spree period, whatever the heck it was. So it didn't take me that long, but it took me a little bit of time. I think it was like I don't even remember how many games, but it wasn't too bad, you know. But and I really love the Transmog Elite set for the Warlock, and that's primarily the reason why I did it. Um, and I got it. I had to get it. So my only complaint is after the initial launch, they messed. Well, it's kind of a big complaint, really. They messed up with the formula to make it like super perfect. You know what I mean? Like super balanced, but that just made people not want to queue because it made the wait long, and they decreased the MMR inflation. They should have, you know what, man, for the first season of solo QBG, they should have had like pretty easy MMR gains just to get people happy and playing, especially the newer players. You know, just like one season, you know, give them a break. It's the first initial launch of it. But if you fix that, I think you have an ultimate winner in PvP. And I think if you get some fast queues and some MMR, I mean that's all you need, man. And it's gonna catch fire. And it's gonna be awesome. Maybe do a couple different modes. I don't know, man. Like I had a blast playing it. It's fun, you know, and I'm gonna play more probably in the future. In fact, I'm probably going to I don't know, man. Like solo shuffle's cool and all, but if they get BGs going proper, you know, I'll play a lot of those. But you know, solo shuffle's still fun. If they get that ironed out, I mean, like I said, you got an absolute winner. Solo queues PG should be the main focus of PvP and WoW. They're the best, and I think if they fix it, it's gonna be fun. And speaking of BGs, for the love of effing God, can you do something with random BGs? Because, bro, those are torture. I think everyone can agree. Usually, you queue, especially if you're a horde, you queue in. Half the time, you're someone dropped out and you're filling them in, and you're on freaking a map, and you know someone's at 1,400 resources and you're at 300, and you're in there for like 3 minutes and you lose the game. It's a waste of time. I don't know what they got to do. Make everyone have equal item levels in that game. That's what I would do, I guess. Make everybody say if like you know full conquest gear is 540. Make everybody have 500 gear level in random BGs because random BGs are actually super fun, man. Like I actually love them when they're fun, but 90% of the time they're not fun because usually it's a stomp. One team just destroys the other. I rarely play games where it's like, that's again random BGs. That's going to be a new player's experience. They're not going to jump into solo queue BGs. They're going to jump in to random BGs, man, and they're going to have a horrible time, man. You know, like who wants to do that? You know, you have some freaking guy who's like, you know, is trying to get some honor gear or for an alt or something like that, and he's just getting honor points, just trying to like rack them up because he's fully geared, you know, and he's just destroying everybody. And meanwhile, you have little Timmy in the corner, you know, it's his first time playing Holy Priest, and he's trying to heal, and he just gets one shot every time because some guy's in full conquest and he's in starting zone gear. Make everybody's I mean maybe they do that. I don't know the exact. Maybe I'm just wrong and I'm an idiot. But to me it feels like when you go into a random BG and you're under geared, you just get bent over, man, and it's not fun. Fix that cuz you know that's gonna be something for the new players, man. Let them have fun and casuals, man. If I like random BGs. They're funny, and every once in a while, just do some BGs. You don't want to get that pressure of losing MMR if you lose, or you want to try a new class out, man. Like I don't know. This is just my take on that. Okay, so this might be the biggest elephant in the damn room, and this didn't affect me as much. Well, it affected me, but not as bad as the other people. MMR inflation, huge, huge, huge L, man, huge L, the biggest L ever. I'm not gonna harp on this too much, but Blizzard, man, for the love of God, don't put people through that again. And for the love of freaking God, if I'm in a 1400 lobby, a 1500 lobby, dude, I don't want to see people that are like 2000, 2100, 2200 ratings with me. Like, why, man? Why? Get those people out of here, man. Get them up. Get them going. Get them on their road, man. Let them advance in life, bro. And this is like well into the season, man. And that's one thing, the tryhards, like the mega sweats, I see them complaining about it, and I'm with them, man. Like, just give people a bone, bro. Come on, man. Especially the first season. This is the first season, man. We're talking about the first season. We're not talking about season 4 or 5, any of that stuff, dude. Everyone was complaining. Like everyone was mad about being bottlenecked with MMR, and I've seen so many people just, you know, complaining about just having these guys in their lower level lobbies, like saying, "Oh man, like, I just started healing 2 days ago, and like this guy in here, like, look at his gear," and I look at it, and I look at it, I'm like, "Wow, man, that dude's like 2K rating, man,
Bruh.
like, come on." you know, um, and I noticed one I got to 1600 pretty quick, uh, in the season, and once I got to between 1600 and 1800, man, it was a nightmare sometimes, man, because like some of these people were just good, you know. I did reach my goal though. I did get 1800 in the classes I wanted to, but Blizzard, come on, man, this is probably the second most, if not the first. I don't know. It's a tie between. Well, I don't know, man. There's a couple points I'm going to be making that like I don't know what the biggest problem is. I don't know whether it's no healers, MMR inflation. Maybe MMR inflation fixes the healers. I don't know. Um, there's a couple other things too, but man, fix the MMR inflation in the future, man. Don't do this ever again. Let people get what's the harm, man, in letting these people get their MMR? Like, obviously don't just like make it a face roll, like blindfolded. These guys are like getting glad titles and stuff, but I mean like, man, let them get what they want, like, geez, dude. I've seen so many people complaining about that. Crazy. Now, one thing that I think for the most part was right was gearing. I think Warthin, they did pretty decent on this. Overall, I'm more or less okay with the gearing, but to make it great, I would offer way more stats on like the basic conquest gearing. I would go back to the limit of 2 crafted items like they did in Dragonflight, maybe 3, because like again, I'm not a gold buyer. I'm not gonna buy that. Oh man, I hate just mentioning it. I'm not gonna buy a WoW token. I'm not gonna use my money. I've made gold in the past, grinding and stuff like that, and I've been using it. And I do collect the professions like herbalism and mining. Like I made a video about that. So I have some gold, but like, man, when the season starts and you're trying to like buy all the stuff, bro, like it's outrageous. So just I don't want to waste all my. I want to use conquest, man. It's PvP, conquest, conquest. I want to buy my stuff through playing PvP, not buying gold from Blizzard, man. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to buy a bunch of crafted rubbish. Oh man. And then these green metals, like these are like triggering, giving me nightmares. Like they're so worthless and useless, man. Like stop. But Gearing's that being said, I know I'm dramatic, but Gearing's not that bad. Gearing, I compared to Gearing in the past, I'd have to give it an A plus. Well, not an A plus. I'm not giving Blizzard an A plus. Give it an A minus. Um, it's pretty good Gearing, man. I can't complain too much. This one is one of my not just in PvP, but in WoW period, man. And I'm gonna chalk it up as a failure in War Within is rewards. So one of the biggest reasons why I play PvP, besides the fact that I enjoy it, is the rewards. I love the fact that when you get 1800, you get an elite set that actually means something because once the season's over, you can't get it again. As far as I know, I don't know if they've ever reoffered them in the past, but that's it. One and done. I love that. Something to work forward to. It's something when you're wearing it, you know that someone, unless they hired someone for carries, they didn't go back and farm it like old content. That's one of the things why I don't raid is because I raided in last time I raided was in Legion, beginning of Legion, but I quit. But I remember when I did Black Hand and I got the whole set for Heroic, I was like, man, this is awesome. And then, I realize, like in an expansion or two, people are just gonna farm that or just get it. And it's like, man, like, well, it's not really special if you can just go back and get it. That's a whole other topic. Maybe I'm just weird on that. But anyways, I also like the PvP mounts, although many of them are just recolored trash. That's super triggering, man. Like all these mounts. That's a whole other video. Man, I can make a video about mounts and how trash they are. They're not special anymore. Sorry, they're not. So I hate about PvP, man. They make things trivial. I think every PvP mode should have special awards that are 100% equal. And by that I mean whether you're a gladiator in solo shuffle, twos, threes, solo BGs, rated BGs, whatever, man. Freaking one-on-one duels. They should all have special mounts and stuff. Maybe in different colors, maybe different styles, but they should be unique. You should be proud of them, not just recolored garbage trash, man. Like who wants that? Like nobody. I don't know anybody who wants that. Nobody cares about mounts, man. And of course, back to my beginning of the video, make special awards for healing. Give them a healing mount. Give them a healing transmog. Give them something, man. And I know the gatekeepers are gonna hate this, but again, man, solo's the future. Like that's the way it is. And if you want to keep playing PvP, you need healers. Give the healers some rewards. Oh man, rewards. I do like the 1800 sets though. Like I'll admit I like them. That keeps me going. And to be honest, even if they didn't have the 1800 sets, I'd still probably PvP and WoW. I wouldn't be as happy playing, and I don't know. It's who's to say, but yeah, I do like the 1800 suits. And one thing other, it's kind of nitpicky, maybe not. It's not the biggest concern, but dude, druids, can we get some damn spec skins for crying out loud? Like, I got the 1800 on Pharaoh. Mind you, this is the first time I ever played Pharaoh. Any druid in PvP was this season, and it's like that T-shirt. I got the 1800 on a druid, and all I got was this lousy armor set I'll never see. It's a cool armor set, but I'm never gonna see it. Like I play a cat, and speaking of cats, can we get some new cat like suits, like types, like armor skins or whatever you want to call them, like something like this maybe, or like this? I'm just tired of using the default one and all the other forms you get in the game outside of like, I think the bear forms are pretty cool, the ones they put in the game, but like all the other like different like transmogs you can use for your cat, yeah, I just think they're lame, man. Like, I mean, like maybe like one or two of them are okay, but like they're just lame. I just think they're lame, man. They just look like crappy cats, man. I want to see something cool, man. Give me like a saber tooth tiger. Give me like a freaking big beastly lion or like, I don't know, man, like Black Panther or something cool like that, man. I wish they would do that. They probably never will, but that's just my take. Okay, so this will be my last point. And now that I think about it more and more, to be honest, I think it's the most important point because, well, for whatever reason, if you didn't know this or not, whether it's from players quitting, getting old, or just switching to PvE, they need to be replaced by newer players. This hasn't changed in War Within, and it's never going to change in WoW. So it's kind of very important. You know, now I hear Asmund Cuck every freaking time someone brings up PvP. Oh, PvP's dead. It's not part of the game. They shouldn't have it. You know, if you want to play PvP, go play League. But there's no experience like PvP. I'm gonna say it again, louder for you. There is no other PvP experience like WoW. There's just not, man. You gotta face facts. You know, whether you think it's good or not, there's nothing like it. So, add-ons, man, I could just make a whole other video on add-ons, but they need to go. They need to go. They need to go. GTFO add-ons. Imagine it's game night and your buddy from work, you invite him to play. Hey man, come play WoW with me. He signs up, never played before. You know, he levels up a new tune and he's like, oh, hey man, I got some okay gear from the storyline and some quests. And he's like, I want to do those mythic dungeon things, man. And you're like, awesome, man, let's do it tonight after work. So he grabs himself, you know, a sixer and of Mountain Dew and you know, a bag of Cool Ranch, and he logs on and he's like, all right, Billy Bob, you know, you got your week order set? Is your DBM updated? Did you download GTFO? Did you download Pawn, Bagnon? He's like, what? I thought we were gonna do dungeons. Oh, my sweet summer child, you don't just do dungeons. So yeah, I don't in fact, my buddy, good friend, IRL, he never played WoW. This is a true story. So he started playing classic, what is that mode that they play with classic redone, remastered. I don't remember. Classic Season of Discovery. Where were the ones with like the new raids and stuff and those gems or runes or whatever. Whatever it is, he was playing that. I never played that. I never really got into classic. That's another story. But he's super hyped on. He's like, oh man, WoW is awesome. You know, because I don't think he needed to use very much add-ons. It was like a couple things. And plus he was like new and like nobody cared. He was playing with a bunch of people with them. He was thinking about getting into retail, and then once he saw all the stuff you have to do, he's just like, oh, I'm good, man. I don't have time for that. And I was like, yeah, I don't blame you, man. So sorry to say, but actually not sorry. This game needs to be dumbed down, man, big time. So you know, dumb it down, man. You know, of course there should be some harder specs, you know, like Sub Rogue, Arcane Mage, etc. You know, keep some of the high skill caps in there, but you know, cut the keybinds down, man, like in half, man, by a freaking ton. Now, for me, the keybinds don't really bother me that much because I have a shamefully sad amount of time in WoW. I've been playing for a while. I got a lot of hours into it. You know, I started originally in vanilla, but I wasn't real WoW. I didn't really play the game. I just messed around in it. And I quit because of IRL. I wasn't, you know, in college and I was doing my thing, man. I was discovering life, and but anyways, it's 2025, man. Video game market is unforgiving. It's unforgiving, and casuals, they got to be your number one base in the game. Like, wow, man, it's just the truth. Anyone who doesn't understand that is lost. And even add-ons can't help most of the time. You know, like sometimes they can't help you, but you know the game has to be done. There's too many keybinds. There's too many abilities. Way too much CC, man. Like, if you're a new player, like, you gotta want to stick with it. And again, that goes back to the rated battlegrounds are the best. And even before that, the non-rated battlegrounds are random BGs because that's your first taste. It should be your first taste. There's no pressure. It's not 1v1, 2v2, 3v3. It's group versus group. So, But yeah, I mean, even add-ons, like I said, they don't help most of the time. Like there's so much crap going on. How do you see what's going on, man? Like you're watching us, Serena. You're watching your enemy's health. You're watching your team's health. You're watching your debuffs. You're watching their debuffs. You're watching their buffs, your cooldowns, their cooldowns. Not to mention the freaking match you're playing, dude. It's like, geez, man. And then when things happen, like you can't even tell. Like, watch what happens when this Paladin casts Divine Shield. Cool, you don't see anything, like unless you know what to look for. Or when an orc pops their racial, it's like, cool, man. Like, there's a million things going on. I'm a new player. I can't tell what that does. Now look at these examples. Now I'm a Dota 2 player, as you can tell by me not liking League earlier. I like to mess around, just kind of crack on League. League's not a bad game actually. I tried. It's just not for me. I just prefer Dota 2. But in Dota 2, like for example, you have Sven. Sven, man, similar to a Pally, whatever. Like he casts this ult, and boom, you tell exactly what he does. It's simple. Anybody can see it, man. Anybody can see it. Then, like for buffs and stuff like that, like you have a hero called Necrophos, man, and he has an ability where he's immune to physical damage, but he takes amped magic damage, and when you use it, you could tell exactly what's going on. You don't need a special add-on or goggles, or like you don't need to be freaking peekaboo to know what's going on. It's like come on, man. I know the big time PvPers are gonna be like, you're a noob, and back in my day, yeah, I get it, man. In the old days, it's required. You had to have skill. I mean, I think, because there weren't as many add-ons back then, but and you guys are right, man. You guys are way better than me, and it's way more skill. But again, it's not 2010 anymore. We need new players that can grasp the system, grasp it quick, and have fun. Have fun in this gigantic fireworks display of visuals that is PvP. Overall, I want to give season 1 of War Within a thumbs up. I really do. Me personally, I had fun with it. The launch was awful. That kind of ruined it for me. Again, I'll probably make another video about that, but the launch sucked. Overall, I want to give season 1 a thumbs up, man. And I'm Mr. Positive when it comes to WoW PvP. I really am, man. I'm Mr. Positive. Overall, I want to give season 1 of War Within a thumbs up. But to be honest, man, I really can't. I'm Mr. WoW PvP positivity. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I had a good time. The launch sucked. That's a whole nother video. That launch was a debacle. Uh, Awful. But anyways, I had a good time. Like I said in the video, I had 18. I played Pharaoh for the first time, and I got 1800 after the nerfs too. By the way, I didn't start on Pharaoh. It's still kind of pretty really really tuned up in solo shuffle though. I'm not gonna, I'm not special, but I did get 1800 for the first time. I had a memorable season 1, but to be honest, if we're gonna keep it real and at 100, I'd say I give it a thumbs down. Yeah, my MMR inflation issue is just too much. I think it ruined it for most people. A lot of people left, and when you combine that with the awful queue times, the lack of players personally, I think it's pretty bad, man. I think it's an easy fix, but they gotta fix it, man, because I think the future can be bright, but you gotta fix those things. Solo BG is awesome, but it's not awesome, when you're waiting 15, 20 minutes, or solo shuffle is awesome, but when you're waiting 30 minutes, especially when you're higher up, big yikes from me on that. So, personally, I enjoyed season 1. Now, season 1's still going on, so maybe they'll miraculously fix everything before season 1's over. And I do like that seasons are a little bit longer, but Anyways, sticking to the topic, you know, I don't know what they're gonna do for season 2. I don't know what's in store. Hopefully something good. But yeah, you gotta fix those queue times. Give healers a reason to heal, man. And that's about it. It's not hard to fix it. Just fix it, please. That's all we're asking. Give us give us a bone in the PvP world. But anyways, let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments on season 1 PvP so far. Let me know what you think of the video. I might just be stupid, and this video might just not make sense to anybody because it's my own personal experience, and I might be wrong. And if so, educate me, please, because PvP is it's, it's kind of everyone's on a different spectrum when it comes to like if it's fun or not. I have fun, but then again, I'm not a gladiator, and I'm not like a newbie. Even though I play like a newbie a lot, but yeah, let me know. I want to hear some feedback. Give me some insight on what you guys think. But other than that, have a good 2025.